Safat, good to see you here. Can you
Hi,
hear
hello
us?
everyone. Can everyone see my screen? Is my presentation available?
Yes, we can see the screen.
Awesome, awesome. All right. No, thank you very much. Hello everyone, welcome and good afternoon. I'm Safat. I'm the technical architect at Moodle HQ. I'm joining you from rainy Melbourne, and just 5 seconds ago I just heard hailstorm hitting my window. So good luck me. All right, so yeah, as a technical architect in Moodle HQ, which essentially means that I have the privilege of looking after and driving the technical bits and pieces of Moodle LMS. And trust me, you have no idea how good it feels to be a part of the very first MoodleMoot Bangladesh. And I'm sure this is the beginning of many more moods happen in our country. And thank you so much, BrainStation 23 team and all the sponsors for having me here and making this mood possible. So today I'm going to be going through a little bit of Moodle universe around us, which you are all about because that's the reason why you are all here. But I'm going to be giving you a little bit of in-depth, so you know a little bit about Moodle LMS, what happens inside, what's available in the latest release, and what's coming, and some of the other parts and other bits and pieces we offer as a part of Moodle HQ, which you might or might not be aware of. So before doing anything, let me show you a little bit of statistics. So I want to share a couple of important statistics about what Moodle means to the world. So across all the registered sites, and I want to say registered because not all the sites around the world in Moodle are actually registered, we now have over 500 million active user accounts. That is a milestone we crossed only recently, and it is a number I think about often when we design and evolve our products. Moodle is used by many people across many different industries, roles, and parts of the world. So we work on Moodle LMS, when we work on that, even a small improvement, like a small change, a tiny fix, a tiny improvement, actually have a positive impact on millions of people. Another way to look at it, that Moodle actually has 29 million active unique users, and that's concurrent users getting into your Moodle instance around the world. Not one, obviously you can't really handle 29 million users getting into a web server at the same time, but yes, around the world on different Moodle sites. So, and interestingly, that's more than the population of Australia, way more than you can think, and 10 times the population of Melbourne, where I'm actually from. So as we talk about the Moodle instance and this Moodle ecosystem, it's worth remembering both its global reach and the responsibility that it comes with. Now, a little bit more I want to share about, it's around the 5.2 release. So Moodle 5.2 was released a couple of months ago, as far as I remember, 20th of April, if I'm not wrong. It included many features, improvement, bug fixes, security, accessibility. But the most important thing to remember here, this release would not happen on time without a fantastic Moodle community like you. Like you guys are the Moodle community who is making it happen. We had around 60 improvements came from community contributions, where members or Moodle partners actually helped with the idea, also helped to bring them to life. We had 129 developers from 29 different countries contributing code, and also 30 testers who completed almost 400 manual tests. And more than half of those testers were community members, who were people from you guys. So I really want to take a moment and thank all the Moodle community. If you are representing any of those numbers, or if you want to, thank you from me and the rest of the Moodle team. Now, I want to emphasize on one thing, that it's just, today I'm not going to talk about 5.2 because 5.2 was really a big milestone for us, but I will also talk about a little bit of the future to tell you what's coming for you, because 5.3 will be an LTS. That means it will be a long supported version. So you will definitely be, if you're already in 4.5 or in the latest release, doesn't matter, you definitely want to be upgrading your site to 5.3. And to make it easier for you all to follow, the next few slides, I have two labels. Some of the labels will say 5.2. That means that is something available to you today. You can actually have it if you want to upgrade your latest Moodle to 5.3, or if you choose to. And whatever you see future, LMS future, that means it's not available today. It's available in the main branch. You can play with it, but you cannot use it in your production. That means it's coming in the 5.3 LTS release. So look, I'll be very honest, 30 minutes is not enough time to cover everything. So I cannot cover everything, and I didn't bring everything to cover here. And it's not possible to let alone everything we're working on next. So, but I'm trying my best to emphasize on the more important or major things we're going to be working on. So with that, let's get into it. So I want to start with right at the beginning, where we have a login page when a user comes in and what they see first. There are a few reasons for me to start here. Because first impression matters. So when a user sees a login page, and when they see a Moodle has a modern feel, it helps build trust. It actually helps us build users trust from the moment they arrive your Moodle site. But the bigger reason here is a lot of our recent work in Moodle LMS has focused on reducing friction across teaching, learning journey, and many other stuffs. That journey begins as soon as someone enters your URL to your Moodle site. So even a small improvement in this page matters, and that's where our smoother first impression of login page started. And yes, this is available today in 5.2. Now, for example, if I look at the other bits and pieces, so when they log in and get to the courses, what happens? So users can now log in with their email address as well as username by default, which makes the first step to getting the login more easier for our users. Courses are now back at the center of the dashboard, which is really cool, because with clear actions to create and manage them. So the timeline is more focused, and the calendar is still available on the right sidebar. So this actually reduces the number of clicks needed to access or teach a course, and makes the experience more intuitive. And to be honest, we're not just stopping there. So now I want to show you how some early designs of our dashboard the team has worked on, or still continuing to work on. So the design you're seeing here in this video in your screen, this is the upcoming Moodle LMS. It's not 5.2, but it will be, a lot of them will be in 5.3. So the first thing you might notice is that this is not the dashboard content that is changing. The overall look and feel of the page is being updated. So we're working on a broader visual uplift across Moodle LMS for 5.3, and that gives you an early view of where this product is actually heading. So you will start to see the first of these changes in LMS 5.3 later this year. And looking at the dashboard itself, we are improving the course overview block, so it can be better surface relevant course information for both students and teachers. The goal is to make it easier to find course you need, understand what is happening, and more quickly into the right learning or teaching activity. So as a part of our technical transformation, and that's very important for you all to know, that we have added support for React.js in Moodle LMS. And course overview block will be rewritten as the first major LMS component built using React.js. So this is an important step for both our user experience and for the future technical direction of the product. We're also improving the timeline block, so it gives us more useful details about upcoming tasks and help users prioritize and organize their work and do things more effectively. So as the video continues, you will see the block region and everything regions on the dashboard, along with the same early concept design to support teachers. So not all of this will be in the next release. I want to say that thing again and again, because I don't want to say something and get in trouble later. Some of these are still in design. We're taking feedback. Some of still are actually being tested as concepts, but they give us a very good sense of the direction we're heading towards. For teachers, we want the dashboard to become their place where they can quickly understand how their course and students are doing and see what needs attention. So for students, we want it to be easier to get into learning and manage their time. So this work will continue beyond 5.3, but you will start to see first changes in the next version of Moodle, and you will start to see the look and feel in 5.3. Now, Looking at the course now, one of the student focused improvement in 5.3, we did that, and I want to call out that specifically for activity level, because that actually matters for every one of us in this room, is activity pages have been refreshed with improved placement of key actions, including better date visibility, clear display of what needs to be done, as well as like whenever an activity gets completed, like whenever you have an activity marked as complete, you will see that it's very, very more visible than before. And this will reduce confusion and increase clarity for students as they progress throughout their courses. Now, this is a major project, and if you're not aware of this project in 5.2 and upcoming 5.3, I would really like to get your attention on this, because this is a brand new feature in Moodle LMS that we launched in 5.2, and that is called multiple marking assignments. This has been a very much requested feature around the world, and especially from universities, like big universities, small universities, even in more small training organizations actually have been looking for this kind of workflow. What it does, it allows you for assignment activities to have multiple teachers to grade that assignment, and you can choose how these grades interact. Sounds very complex, but it actually we have tried to build the user experience as simple as possible to make it happen. So in a very short video, what you're seeing here is how you enable and set how many markers you want your assignment activity, and how you want the grades from those markers to be calculated. But that's not all. Organizations can do a lot more than you can think. So they can do site level configuration. You can even have your own policies you want to explore or you want to enforce in your production. So let me show you how it works from the grading perspective. So you can actually have per student allocation. So here on the assignment page for your assignment, now you can see the first thing I want to point out is you can see this assignment has been set 2 markers, but the markers themselves hasn't been allocated, right? You can do it in 2 ways. You can actually bulk select students and assign markers to them. So now what it does is when you allocate the chosen markers to all the selected student, in this case, and we'll scroll down and see that some students like Hannah and Jacob markers list are eligible teachers for this assignment. So once they're chosen, those markers are saved, and those teachers can just get into their view and start marking them. Now, per marker grading, that's another interesting part, and it actually was another interesting implementation we did. Took us a little bit of time, but finally, when we have, so for example, we're logged in as Jacob, who is one of the teachers, you can now see the students they have allocated to him for grading. So we will start by using a quick grading interface when you can actually grade your first student. Jacob, as a teacher, can also see who else has been allocated to the students to grade them and their grades, if there are any. And you will see Jacob has only permission to grade the students they're allocated to. He can't really grade someone else's. So multiple markers also supports in the main grading interface, so which you will see next. So Jacob, as a teacher, able to move through just one student he has allocated to mark, and other students are not displayed. So he can just focus on the students allocated specifically to him. So, all right. So as I said, 5.2 is just the beginning, and it was just the foundation. So it has multiple phases. So 5.2, just phase 1, just as simple as that. We're looking to do 5 phases altogether, and 4 more are left. What is phase 2? So phase 2 will be focusing on improving feedback handling. So instead of having just a single feedback stream, markers will be able to provide their own individual comments and feedback. Phase 3 will introduce more flexible marking management, including optional markers, configurable marker limits, improved guidance control, improved governance, and smart gate grade calculation rule, which will actually do your grade calculation, possibly with some smart algorithm or probably AI. We'll see what we do there. And the phase 4 will include feedback and modernization process of the workflow before grades are even released. And finally, phase 5 will be another game changer because it will include blind double marking. That means markers. So for example, if you had 2 markers, they don't see each other and each other's grade or feedback until the formal agreement stage happened in the grade calculation. So this is a really significant capability for higher education, especially. So overall, what you're seeing in 5.2 is just the beginning of a much larger evolution in this space. Now, switching to quiz, which most of us use almost every day. One small but really useful addition when working on question bank is that you can now see number of questions in a question bank at a glance. We have also streamlined category management. Question bank category can now be edited directly using in-place editable. That's the technical term, if you're already aware of that. So instead of consistently jumping between different pages just to rename or tidy categories, the workflow is much faster and much smoother. So we have improved how categories themselves can be managed. Teachers can now collapse and expand, drag and drop, reorganize them much more easily. And finally, you can move an entire category, including all of its question from one question bank to another without having to recreate anything manually. So you have the power of reorganizing and restructuring content, which is significantly easier than before. Now, before I move on, I do want to call out one thing again. The reason I chose to show you those features out of all the 5.2 releases is not just that they're great improvement. The reason is they're all community-driven contributions. The question bank improvement are a part of ongoing a project from a group of universities in EU who all came together and contributed, and lots of developments was done by one of our partners. And another multiple marking workflow, which I've showed you, was a collaboration between University College London, King's College London, and others. Again, great development and delivery support from our Moodle partners. So we now have all this great improvement in LMS, and that is available to everyone for free. And these are really great examples of the community working with us, Moodle, to make LMS a better place for educators and students everywhere around the world. Now, going back very quickly, going back at some general course improvements, because I want to call out a few small improvements that will make the lives of our teachers easier. So when you're editing, so can you remember in a time in Moodle, when you edit an activity, which is maybe far behind or far end of your page, you edit it and then you save it and you come back, it takes you to the top of the page. It doesn't anymore. In 5.2, when you edit something, a subsection, section, activity, doesn't matter, whatever you're editing in a page, if you save, change it, or cancel, it will take you to the exact same node. So you don't have to scroll up and down again and find it, which is an amazing feature for teachers who are working on their courses every day. You can now entirely duplicate subsections, which will speed up course building and editing when reusing structures in a course. And if you use course reset feature, it now works asynchronously. That means you can actually work with large course resets more manageably, and you can avoid long waiting and long weeks of wait to learn your things for heavy operation. Now, let's look at some of the future, and that's another important thing I want to call out, because we are doing a major visual design uplift for Moodle 5.3. So first, how you can see the look and feel actually changing and upgrading. The first you saw is the dashboard, which is applied here at course level. And now you have got the primer navigation, the cleaner layout. For the course itself, this is much better experience for the navigation panel and block region for the course. It's a little hard to tell in the video, but they're no longer on the far edges on the page. So we have brought the course content and the center screen, which is much better experience, especially for higher education, higher resolution displays. And you don't lose your regions as you scroll through your course content. And which is also not shown in the video, that how responsive it is. So we are actually taking it as a challenge for us to make it mobile and small screen responsible, so that you can use tab if you want to, you can use a mobile if you want to. You have full flexibility. We have updated the section layout as well. The new design prioritizes clarity and flow, giving learners a better sense of what they're in a course and making it easier for teachers to build and manage content. Again, I would like to call out that this design is not complete. We're taking feedback, we're collecting a lot of feedback from the community, we're testing our assumption. And look, This may change when we get closer to the delivery, but even though this is a future work and you will begin to see some of those changes in 5.3, the look and feel will be very close to what you're seeing now. It might change, but it'll be very close. All right. Now, I did a lot of ranting with what you have in a 5.3 and what you're going to have in 5.2. Oh, sorry, the other way around. What you have in 5.2, what you're going to have in 5.3. But look, there's some more things I want to call out a little bit. We have actually extended our AI support for LMS, including AWS Bedrock and Gemini AI. If you're not using AI in your Moodle, please use it. If you want to explore different models, which is not available as a specific provider, you can choose to use AWS Bedrock, which allows you to use a very broad area of models. And also Report Builders has a new filtering and usability improvement, including easier, cleaner feedback and easier and better display of scheduled report. Now, as I kept talking for a long time about the new features, these are not all. So because there are a lot, I can't really go through all of them, as I said, but these are two QR codes linked to further information about the 5.2 release. And the first link is the new feature documentation. And the second link is the release notes. But both of these are very good resources for finding out more information about new features in LMS. And I do encourage you to check them out because it will give you a lot of information you want to explore in the coming days. Now, if you're not aware of this is another interesting piece of information for all of you. Now, if you actually want to try these features in 5.2 yourself and your organization hasn't upgraded yet, one of the easiest way is to sign up for a free trial in Moodle Cloud. So if you haven't heard of Moodle Cloud, it is our hosted version of LMS, especially designed for individuals and small teams. So you get your own hosted Moodle LMS site for free without need to worry about servers or hosting, security, patching updates. We took care of all of that for you. So, but more importantly, 5.2 is already available on Moodle Cloud for new signups and trials. So the QR code will take you to that link. And if you want to explore 5.3, if you want to see what's happening in 5.3, you want to play with it, just go for it. Now, this is another interesting piece of information. So the very final thing which I wanted to talk about is Moodle Experience Lab. So as I said, there are more things underway in LMS than what I have given a preview of, right? And the cool thing is you have a chance to be a part of it. You have a chance to shaping some of the future of these features. You can, as a member of the community, you can have your say. And this is where Moodle Experience Lab comes in. It gives you the opportunity to participate in user research activities that directly shape our product. And the QR code will actually take you to the website where you can get more information. And I encourage you to check it out. If you're interested, sign up and let's become a part of it. Alrighty. Now, enough talking. Look, if you have anything to talk to me about, if you have any questions, if you have any technical discussion, or if you have anything you want to talk about, please reach out. I'm always available in email. LinkedIn always works. If you're a pigeon carrier lover, that works as well. If you could ever get a pigeon from Dhaka to Melbourne, good luck. But look, pigeon carriers are not GDPR compliant, so please be aware of that. So yeah, please reach out if you have any question. Alrighty, thank you everyone. All right, enough English for today. সবাইকে অনেক ধন্যবাদ। মেইনলি সবচেয়ে বেশি ধন্যবাদ ব্রেইন স্টেশন 23 কে বাংলাদেশের প্রথম MoodleMoot অর্গানাইজ করার জন্য। আমি আমার ক্যারিয়ারের একটা নট রিয়েলি একটা আমার পুরো ক্যারিয়ারটাই আসলে কেটেছে ইদার ওয়ার্কিং ফ্রম Moodle HQ অর কোনো Moodle পার্টনারের সাথে। সো আমার পৃথিবীর অনেক জায়গায় MoodleMoot যাওয়ার সৌভাগ্য হয়েছে এবং আমি প্রেজেন্টও করেছি, বাট ইটস অ্যান অনার আমার নিজের দেশের জন্য, আমার নিজের দেশের মানুষের জন্য প্রেজেন্ট করা। ইটস অ্যান অনার। আমি যদি ফিজিক্যালি থাকতে পারতাম অবশ্যই অনেক ভালো লাগতো, বাট লজিস্টিক্যালি সেটা পসিবল হয়নি। সো সবাইকে অনেক ধন্যবাদ। সবাই ভালো থাকবেন, সুস্থ থাকবেন। আর যে কোনো প্রশ্ন থাকলে আমাকে করতে পারেন। যদি পরে কোনো প্রশ্ন থাকে প্লিজ যে কোনো সময় আমাকে রিচ আউট করবেন। আমি আইল বি ভেরি হ্যাপি টু হেল্প এনি টাইম। থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ।
থ্যাংকস সাফাত, আমরাও আপনাকে পেয়ে খুবই আনন্দিত and thanks for the wonderful session. কারো যদি কোনো কোশ্চেন থাকে সাফাতের জন্য, জি প্লিজ।
আচ্ছা, আপকামিং যে মুডলের ভার্সনগুলো আসবে ওইগুলা কি কাস্টম থিমের ক্ষেত্রে কোনো প্রবলেম ক্রিয়েট করবে, নাকি এগুলা মোস্টলি আগে যেভাবে কম্পিটেবল থাকে এইভাবেই থাকবে?
হ্যাঁ, ভেরি গুড কোয়েশ্চেন, ধন্যবাদ। না, কোনো প্রবলেম ক্রিয়েট করবে না। এটা আগে যেভাবে কাজ করতো সেভাবেই কাজ করবে, বাট এখানে একটা ফ্যাক্টর আপনাকে বুঝতে হবে, সেটা হচ্ছে আপনার থিমটা যদি বুস্ট, আমাদের মেইন থিম হচ্ছে বুস্ট, আমাদের তো বুস্ট এবং ক্লাসিক। সো আপনাদের যেটা আরেকটা ইম্পর্টেন্ট ইনফরমেশন, আমরা ক্লাসিক থিমটাকে রিটায়ার করতে যাচ্ছি খুব তাড়াতাড়ি, এবং এটা রিটায়ারমেন্ট করার জন্য যে প্যাচ সেটা অলরেডি ট্র্যাকারে অ্যাভেলেবল আছে, এটা ওয়েটিং ফর কম্পোনেন্ট রিভিউ। সো বুস্ট আমাদের একটা প্রাইমারি থিম হিসেবে কাজ করবে মুডল কোর প্রোডাক্টের জন্য। সো আপনার থিমটা যদি বুস্ট থিমের চাইল্ড থিম হয়ে থাকে, দে ওয়ন্ট বি এনি প্রবলেম, দ্যাট হোয়াট আই ক্যান টেল ইউ। বাট হ্যাঁ, কিছু না কিছু আপস এন্ড ডাউনস থাকতে পারে, যেহেতু আমরা একটা মেজর ভিজুয়াল আপলিফট করতেছি বুস্ট থিমের ক্ষেত্রে, বাট আপনি অবশ্যই এগুলোর ব্যাপারে আর্লি জানতে পারবেন বিফোর ইভেন দ্যাট গেটস রিলিজ। সো আমাদের একটা ডেভেলপার মিটিং হয়, কমিউনিটি কন্ট্রিবিউশন ডেভেলপার মিটিং। আপনি যদি ফোরামে জয়েন করে থাকেন, সো ওই মিটিং এ আমি ডেফিনেটলি প্রেজেন্ট করব, যাতে থিম ডেভেলপাররা 5.3 রিলিজের আগেই তাদের থিমগুলো আপডেট করতে পারে। বাট অল ইউ হ্যাভ টু ডু ইজ মেক শিওর আপনার থিমটা যাতে বুস্ট থিমের চাইল্ড থিম হয়।
থ্যাংক ইউ। বেশিরভাগ থিমে আমি বুস্ট থিম বেসড করি, মানে চাইল্ড থিম হিসাবে। সো নর্মালি অন্য ভার্সনগুলো 5.1 থেকে 2 যেগুলো আসছে এগুলা বাই ডিফল্ট কম্পিটেবল থাকে, বাট আপনি যেটা শেয়ার করছেন যে ফিউচারে আরো অনেকগুলা বেশি ফিচার নিয়ে আসতে, তো এই জন্য জাস্ট কোয়েশনটা করলাম আর কি। আর একটা গুড নিউজ হইতেছে গিয়ে আজকে মুডল এইখানে প্রোগ্রামে আসার পর আমার একটা মুডল থিম ফরেস্টে অ্যাপ্রুভ হয়েছে। সো এটা আসলে মানে কাকতালীয় ভাবে 15 দিন পেন্ডিং এ ছিল, আজকে মুডলের প্রোগ্রামে এসে আমার মুডল থিম ফরেস্টে অ্যাপ্রুভ হলো। তো এটা আসলে আমার জন্য একটা মানে অনেক হেভি একটা জিনিস হয়েছে। থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ।
কংগ্রেচুলেশনস ভাইয়া। আর কোনো কোশ্চেন সাফাতের জন্য? সাফাত, আই থিঙ্ক উই আর অল গুড হিয়ার। আমাদের আপনার ইমেল অ্যাড্রেস আপনি শেয়ার করেছেন, লিঙ্কডইন শেয়ার করেছেন। আই এম শিওর যে পিপল উইল রিচ আউট। আপনাকে অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ আমাদের সাথে জয়েন করার জন্য, এন্ড উই অলসো হোপ যে নেক্সট ইয়ার আপনি ইন পার্সন থাকবেন ইনশাআল্লাহ।
থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ। সবাই ভালো থাকবেন, সুস্থ থাকবেন। আসসালামু আলাইকুম।